So, anyone finally take you to church, Hoser? In Brazil, we wanna we wanna know.
Um, Not yet. Not yet. You know, funerals and weddings. Um, yeah, just
And
about that.
and what do you think about the this music? Who people believe this music is about a gospel song?
Yeah. It's kind of like there's influences of kind of choral music. I used to sing in choirs quite a bit, um, and elements of gospel, I suppose. But um, you know, the song is is a commentary on the legacy of the institutionalized Roman Catholic Church, particularly in Ireland. And I was coming from Ireland when I wrote it. There are people who what's the word? Take the lyrics at face value, which and that's there's been many interpretations of it, yeah, for sure.
Like you say, the song has become a global political and romantic spiritual anthem. And how your relationship with the song changed over time? Like it's 10 years since you.
It's like an old friend, you know. Um, uh, I find that every time I play it, I mean, what gives me a great deal of energy or kind of re-energizes my relationship with that song is singing it in front of a crowd every night, every few nights, and seeing how it affects people and seeing people's reaction to it. I think that unfortunately, the reasons why I wrote that song and its video in particular and what I wanted to capture in the kind of in the mission statement of that song is weirdly and sadly kind of uh more important today than it was then in certainly in my part of the world and in kind of religion or identities based around religion are tied to religion are being used to justify othering and scapegoating of people of a different orientation. And that's developed hugely in the last 10 years, seeing that. So yeah, so if the song feels more important to be sang now than nearly it ever did. Certainly in Europe and the US and stuff in the spaces that I find myself, you know, populating. But there you go. Or inhabiting, I should say. Yeah.
The song is big in Brazil too, but I think it's because the this whole problem you mentioned in your speech, I think is in Brazil too. So it is meaning. I feel like the internet's always discovering you, the Too Sweet and the Take Me to Church and the whole Rosariel.
hmm
And do you watch those videos and how you deal with all these things?
I'm aware of them and they kind of they sometimes pass in front of me or something, but and it's really, really sweet and it's cool. I think I try to keep a healthy arm's length from it. Uh because at the end of the day, like it's great and I love to see that a song has found its way into people's hearts or like a contribution, like as you say with the Hosier Yell meme, it's like Noah's song is a beautiful song and I loved it. And sort of um that excitement for me was always in that song, and sort of to contribute like something that sort of feels like manifesting that excitement in that and just like jumping on his song is so much fun and was such a joy. Um, but I think, yeah, it's like all of these little like the memification or whatever of yourself, you kind of keep a healthy relationship from, because they're it's like looking at yourself in a carnival mirror. They're like distorted pictures of yourself. So I don't want to invest my own understanding of me into what other people say about me, if that makes sense.
Take 10 years to come to Brazil if I recognize the first album. you came last year and now you're back again that fast. Did
Yeah.
something about that first time, maybe Lollapalooza, shift your
Yeah.
connection with the fans here? Do
It
you
was
think that we
I,
love it? You
I mean, I loved this, you know, spending that time in Brazil. It was very, very quick trip, so it's awesome to come back and do two shows, you know, do a couple of shows in two different cities, you know. But before, like we were walking on stage, and Too Sweet had not been released at that stage. You know, it was days from being released, and the crowd were already chanting for that song. You know, so that was a surprise to me to have an audience and a festival audience, which isn't necessarily your own show. You know, it's a you know you're sharing an audience with everybody there, but to hear that song being chanted up, that was really really cool. So that was super encouraging, and it was a really warm welcome. So I'm excited to come back.
and into sweet, you mentioned drinks, so whiskey and coffee. Wanna learn how to say the name of some Brazilian drink?
Absolutely, yeah.
So the first one, I don't know you know about it. It's cachaça.
Cachaça. I'm familiar with
Cachaça, yes. And
cachaça. Maybe
you prove one?
caipirinhas.
Oh no.
Pardon me?
You taste one or
Oh
no?
yeah, I like cachaça. Yeah, I love cachaça. It's used in caipirinhas.
Yes, yes, yes. But the cachaça have the so many flavors. Like if you want to try this particular one, is the cachaça de jambu. Is
Jum.
like jambu. When you know when you're sleeping, your arm and your arm is so
Oh yeah,
is
yeah. Like it's dead.
is
It's
the
numb.
is the feel in the mouth is really really cool. Yes,
Okay.
it's really cool.
Wow. Wow. So it's like an anesthetic. It's
Yeah.
like okay. Wow. Okay.
And the other one is pinga. It's like the cachaça, but
Okay.
it's harder.
Okay. Pinga. Pinga. Is it like it's like a very strong alcohol?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Pinga.
It's hard. It's
Like
really neat.
moonshine.
Like in the music, it's really neat.
Okay. Okay.
It's a
Right.
stronger one.
Okay. Okay.
And the other one, I don't know if the you like soda, is Guaraná. Do you
Guaraná.
try?
I have not tried
It's
Guaraná.
a Brazilian soda.
Okay. Cool. I will
It's
keep an eye out.
yeah, it's sweet and it's very nice.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, absolutely.
And to finish the interview, how you listen to Brazilian music? Do you have this
Oh
any,
yeah.
any artist?
I mean, like Gilberto and there's some like bossa nova. I was always fascinated by the structure of bossa nova. To me, it's like some of the most ambitiously, like just harmonically ambitious and what's the word? Like well executed, songwriting. So um songs like they're I find them fascinating. And if I had more like linguistic ability and more courage, I'd love to study them and like translate them in a way that was like meaningful. I think maybe something's lost in that. But like Desafinado, like that song Desafinado, to me is like I think one of the greatest songs ever written. I'm always fascinated by it. And also yeah, and like samba and some of uh,
Yeah.
the stories that are told there, and that as a kind of a folk tradition, to me is like just insanely beautiful. So yeah, I love Brazilian music.
Cool, cool. Thank you, Hoser. It's really, really, really nice to be here. I'm a huge fan, so this is so special for me.
Thank you. Absolute pleasure.